So today we're gonna be looking at a scenario where it's like an alternate future of the world in Ibis Paint X. What the? In Ibis Paint X. This is inspired by 80s Pro, but it's just gonna be one episode. Also, we will not include the Russia-Ukraine war or the Israel-Palestine war. I don't know if that is going on anymore, actually. But NATO will likely be included. So the first thing we're gonna see is North Korea declaring war on South Korea. So in this scenario, the attackers are colored in red and the defenders in blue. I think I might change out red color, I don't like that. There, that's a little better. Anyways, North Korea manages to push a little bit into South Korea, or actually take half, before facing major resistance and get pushed by the west and then the east and then up into their own country. So this is where North Korea will be seeing help from none other than China and Russia. Oh, this is gonna be... The bucket system is so messed up on this app, so I just gotta color it in normally. So obviously, South Korea cannot face these two alone. And North Korea, of course. So they're gonna get help from Japan, Taiwan, Mongolia, America, Canada, Spain, Portugal, France, Benelux, UK, Germany, Poland, Czechia, Slovakia, Finland, Baltics. Let me just color in Kaliningrad. Perfect. Anyways, the others that will join the war is Denmark, got a dog around me, by the way. Iceland, Norway, Italy, Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, Montenegro, Albania, North Macedonia, Greece, Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania, and that's all. NATO, basically. Against Russia, China, yeah, North Korea. This will be a hell of a war, so let's get right into it. First of all, China realizes they cannot focus on South Korea right now, so they decide to go for Mongolia. In Mongolia, they managed to push very far, and eventually they managed to take over the entire country. Boom. I will still have the borders in, and we can fix that later. North Korea focuses mainly on South Korea, doesn't use any nukes, luckily. Maybe a bit smaller, there we go. And managed to push pretty far in with the help of Russia, but then Japan comes and manages to push back with the help of South Korea. USA doesn't really focus on South Korea right now. Instead, they focus on Russia. Where were we? I don't remember. Anyways, China goes for Taiwan, which hasn't really been secured by America yet, so easy pushing. I think we were up here, actually. So, South Korea manages to push a little further with the help of Japan, but finally stops when both Chinese and Russian troops come. So, basically, they're just fighting right there now, in, like, this little zone. The two main, like, fights are happening here and here. Because here are the Chinese troops, and here are the Russian troops. Though they're also here and here. And the North Korean troops, of course. Japan hasn't been attacked yet. Or have they? Without realizing, for 2 days, Russia has actually gotten into the back of Japan right here. The back? The east of Japan. Almost southeast, I think. So yeah, Japan is gonna have a little bit of struggle there. But hey, NATO's front, obviously. So there's gonna be a lot of other countries joining this war, not just NATO, obviously. So wait, Sweden is in NATO. I'm so sorry. Anyways, Ukraine is gonna join on the side of NATO, of course. Crimea is Russian, Ukrainian, so it's that little part. And I think honestly Georgia is gonna join too, and then Azerbaijan just because of Turkey, and probably Armenia too. So those countries are now in. Serbia, however, is also gonna join on the side of Russia, because they're friends with Russia, right? I think they are. So let's see how this goes, and maybe some other countries will join later. So by now, American troops have gone, or not all of them, but most of them have gone to Estonia, Latvia, and Ukraine, and they start to invade. Russian troops cannot hold back because with the power of the Nordics, UK, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, Ukraine, and USA, like how can you stop that? So this goes smoothly, very smoothly, and the Nordics invade up here. Norway, Sweden, and Finland all work together on this and manages to take a big chunk. This is like 5 months in, I'll say. Now you may wonder, why haven't they taken out Kaliningrad? That's a good question. Poland is currently focusing on no other than Belarus. Let's do this. Poland goes in, Belarus takes over a good chunk already. But Belarus obviously manages to fight back just a little bit. And then Russian troops. They move into Poland with high power. And that's when Lithuania joins in, tries to fight, but is subsequently pushed back. German troops then focus more on Russia and tries to, or they did, but like Kaliningrad, Russia, and try to help Poland, but to no use. So this is basically how the battlefield is doing in Poland. Back to Russia, or the Russian fronts. Down here we see Georgia. Georgia moves in, just barely. Azerbaijan moves in, just barely. Armenia sends their troops over to Georgia, so they managed to move a bit further, just barely. Turkey has been quiet. That's because they have sent ships over here. I don't know if that even is allowed in this day. Probably. I don't know anything about that. And subsequently managed to push in here. This is like very, like, I think down here is like very valuable land for Russia. So this is bad for Russia, not us. Oh, if you're Russian, that's probably bad. So yeah, this is basically how the war is doing now. No one is currently focusing on China except for Taiwan, who are trying to push the troops out. And Russia is just pushed back by Japan because they have to retract their troops to focus on the front here. America sends a lot of the troops around here into Japan, demolishes Russia, or not the whole Russia, but the part that was in Ukraine. No, Ukraine! I mean Japan, what the... And then move into South Korea, or what's about to be Korea. The troops actually spread a bit here. They move like... Oh, wait, too far. They move like this, and spread like that, and then ships follow here until they spread, move into China, where the troops then land and move in, and some also move down to help Taiwan. So what I'm gonna do right now is that for ships or like navy or whatever, I think I'm gonna have like this color, or like a little bit more faded or whatever. Yeah, my English is not good. Woohoo! That's new. Not at all. Anyways, front, obviously. I was to Poland, Belarusian, and Kaliningradian war doing? Well, Poland has pushed up a little bit in Kaliningrad, but then faces comeback from Belarus. Belarus manages to push in a fair bit, and then Russia manages to push in here. Though, American troops. So American troops move down here. They don't focus on Belarus at all, because Belarus isn't important in this situation. The Nordics move down here, focus on the north of Russia, and boom. I think there's a major city here. I can't remember the name of it though. So these two soldier groups, I guess you can say, I don't know, they meet here. And with that, they push in together into Russia. Obviously, it wouldn't go this fast. This is like after a year or two, maybe 3, possibly. I don't know. But hey, Balkans. I completely forgot about that. I'm so sorry. So, obviously, Serbia is a major power in the Balkans, but definitely not the strongest power. I think Romania is the strongest. Maybe Hungary. Italy isn't a Balkan, I think. Maybe Greece, if Greece is a Balkan country. Turkey is not a Balkan country. Maybe Bulgaria. I think the top countries are the ones with the red circles in them now. I'm not really sure if Turkey is a Balkan country. I don't think so. But yeah. So, a country is forced into this war, which we'll color green. Which isn't even on the side of anyone, just tries to protect themselves from an attack, which goes pretty smoothly for Serbia with Russian help. By the way, none of this is meant to be realistic. This is just made up. Like I'm not good with country strength either. I'm just good with maps, so some of this information might just be completely bullshit. I don't know. Anyways, with that, Serbia moves into Montenegro and takes over in 2 months' time, I guess. Serbia then moves down, doesn't face a lot of resistance, and is really close to forming Yugoslavia again now. They move into Croatia, where they see the first bit of resistance, where Croatia manages to push very far, actually. Like this. Romania also joins in now. They were at first mostly here. And their soldiers were here helping in Turkey and the 3 countries down here. Anyways, they are now attacking Serbia, takes over their main country, what they are supposed to be, blah blah blah. Nice. And with that, they are forced to surrender. So yeah, Serbia is out of this war, so we can just... That's the best I can do for now. It looks terrible, I know. I'm just gonna keep it red, but they're out of the war, so I might just... There. Nice. Anyways, back to Russia and China. American troops managed to... I don't care about the videos. I care about the YouTube videos, but not ads. What is going on? Managed to push into China and get a fair chunk. I heard this is important land of China too, so not all of that, but there maybe. So yeah, this is bad for China. They managed to take a lot of China. This is in a year span. And then South Korea and Japan, with the help of now America, is able to destroy North Korea. And with that, South Korea, or Korea, and Japan now joins in the war against Russia. That's not entire Russia. This is Russia. You guys know, I hope. So there's like a tiny border here that South Korea moves through. So let me just color that. There. Moves in, pushes in, and with the help of Japan, or Japan does this alone actually, they managed to take over this island, which I've heard Japan thinks is theirs, but Russia thinks is their own. So I'm not really sure what country owns this island right here. But Japan managed to take it. They then moved down here and like up into here before they're stopped about here. So basically, I think this is looking pretty bad for Russia and China. If it wasn't for Mexico, Iran, Afghanistan, and Ireland joining this war. Obviously, this won't be like a game changer. This will still be pretty bad for the red team, but still, more power. More power, more power. Power, power. Power is power. Anyways, Mexico, America. Obviously, there's not too many American troops in America right now because most of them are over here or over here. Down here. So, America is definitely not weaker than Mexico. Definitely not weaker than any other country. But still, they managed to face a little bit of pressure against, or like, from Mexico. Sometimes my words just won't come out. So Mexico managed to push a little bit into Texas and lower like states and even California, which is kind of crazy, before finding out that Canada is damn ready. So is America, but Canada too. So with the help of Canada, which isn't too much help, America pushes back and manages to push into even Mexico, like this. Push down. Like, I don't think Mexico would really join against America, like, on this war. I think Mexico will be smart enough to, like, not, like, join. So should Serbia, because they're tiny as hell. Ireland too. They wouldn't join on the red team. This is just like a fun scenario. This is not meant to be like the truth. This is just for fun. This is all fake. This likely won't happen. So yeah. With that said, let's continue. America manages to push down into Mexico, further in, until they stop. They know they can't focus on Mexico right now. Cuba joins the war. They're almost immediately just exploded by the US, so we can just cover that right now. Then, down here, Turkey is forced to this country is forced to go back and stop helping these so they can fight off Iran. So they don't have to. So these smaller countries don't have to face attacks from both sides. So Turkey, blah blah blah. I'm never gonna say that name again. Moves into Iran, pushes down, takes over a little bit of it. I don't know where the capital of Iran is actually, but Afghanistani troops push into Iran for some reason and help out. This doesn't stop Turkey though, because they still push. Don't take that out of context. So they still go, and they still go until they stop. Not because they're struggling, but because Iran won't be able to push back anyway. So Turkey just keeps their troops here and faces off Iran and Afghanistan while we move back up. We haven't been here in a while. Ukrainian and American Baltic Nordic troops meet up and manage to push in Russia. Then they meet up with Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan and push up here as well. So this is obviously looking terrible for Russia because I think Moscow is around here-ish. No, it's here. Close. Somewhere over there. So this is terrible for Russia. If Moscow is taken, then Russia is done for. So the blue team manages to push further into Russia. Further in. And then they stop, focus on the north, push in like this. And I think Moscow is close to being taken. I think Moscow is like right here. So with that said, some of the troops on the blue team pushes in from behind on Belarus, which is unexpected as hell. So this startles Belarus, manages to make Poland be able to push in. But still, Kaliningrad is still a struggle. But soon enough, they push into and take over Belarus. Then, Kaliningrad. Let's focus on them for a little bit. They managed to move a little bit further into Poland and then into Lithuania, and sadly take over the entire country. NATO troops, or let's see, from what country? Troops from the countries that have a black dot, not UK, that is not me. Let me cover that real quick. Again, countries with black dots push into Kaliningrad. So, Norway, Germany, France, Spain, Romania, Bulgaria, and Turkey. So with their help, Poland pushes into Kaliningrad. Kaliningrad, just to mention, if you're not like good at countries, Kaliningrad is not their own country. They're part of Russia, but still they have troops. So Kaliningrad is pretty much destroyed like this, and then we can focus on Ireland because Ireland is about to be cooked. So this is a one war, or like no, not like not. It's like not multiple countries joining in on this one. So it's just the UK versus Ireland here. So UK pushes into Ireland, and do we even have to talk about this? UK is the 5th strongest country, and Ireland is 50th or something. I don't remember. Also remember that Serbia is not in this war anymore. Anyways, NATO countries push into Russia and officially take over Moscow. Like that. Moscow is probably over here anyway. I keep thinking like Moscow is like far out in Russia, like over here. No, not over there, obviously. That was dramatic, but like here for some reason. So yeah, with that, Russia cannot fight a lot anymore, and China, Iran, Afghanistan, Mexico. What happens to them? Oh, damn. Oh, oof, and E. Okay, I think NATO won this one, so let's just look at a peace treaty. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Okay, peace treaty time. Poland, first of all, fully takes over Kaliningrad, and they're also allowed to take a little bit from Belarus. Also, I like to make these crazy for some reason. The Baltics, literally out of nowhere, unite into one single country. 3 countries are now one. Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Denmark, and Iceland don't really get anything for this. UK gets all of Ireland and not just Northern Ireland, so that's cool. Due to South Korea winning the war, North Korea and South Korea are now just Korea. Japan gets a lot of China, not a lot, but a bit. Ukraine gets a big chunk of Russia, and of course Crimea is now confirmed Ukrainian. Transnistria is not a country anymore. Mongolia also gets a little chunk of China and is now bordering Japan. Japan also gets a chunk of Russia, and probably the biggest change of all, which likely won't happen even if this war ends in the favor of NATO, China is back to Taiwan. That's not the Taiwan star, but I don't know how that star looks, so sorry about that. So, this is the really, folks. Not too much, but a little. Didn't even think about Mexico there, or Iran actually, or Afghanistan. Damn. Or Cuba actually. Anyways, so Poland gets Kaliningrad, a chunk of Belarus, the Baltics united to one, Ukraine gets a chunk of Russia, Transnistria, Transnistria something doesn't exist. Japan gets a chunk of both China and Russia. Mongolia gets a chunk of China and a tiny bit of Russia. The Korea unite. Taiwan is officially China. And I think that's all. No, and Ireland is officially UK. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Comment down below if you want to see a new episode of this series. And if you don't, you don't need to watch. With that said, if you don't want to miss another video, make sure to subscribe and click that bell so you never miss when I post a video. Without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace!